Welcome to Monday. We're so glad you tuned in again today. We're here talking about our verse of the week, which is Colossians 3:23, where it says, whatever you do, do it heartily unto the Lord. Give it your best.
That's right.
Have the follow through.
That follow through.
It means so much. Short words, small words, but it means so much. And Jules and I were just talking about the parable of the sower before we came online. And we were thinking about, remember that story? It's in all the Gospels. But in Mark here, chapter 4, Jesus is breaking it down for the disciples. He says the sower sowing the word. And then he says the first group of soil was the seed gets on there and the devil snatches it right up. Never even gets in them. The second group, the seed gets on that soil and everyone's excited. Oh boy, the word. Oh boy, God loves me. He got plans for me.
I can do all things.
Yep. But no root. And without the root, trouble comes, persecution comes. People say, hey, what are you, church boy? What are you doing? And they fall off. The third group, it says, are the ones that are sown among thorns. And he lists three things, Jesus says. It's the cares of this world, the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things. They come in and they choke that word.
Yeah,
so it's unfruitful. Because you were saying, what happens? How do people get excited and then fall off?
Yeah. Exactly. It's and I'm guilty of that myself. That's why I've really been studying this, because this year I want my follow through to be amazing. If you break down actual follow through, it has to do a lot with sports actually. Baseball, basketball, golf, even with your swing, with your shot. If you have no follow through, you can't be successful.
That's what they say.
If
the
you
follow through.
If you just hit the ball, if you just release the ball, but you don't have the follow through, you're not making any points. You're not being successful, and that's a lot with life too. A lot of people get excited and they start something, they hit something, but they don't actually take the time to get that follow through all the way around, and they wonder why they're not getting the results they want. In the Bible, the sower is sowing the seed. God sows seed in us all the time. And if we're not having a harvest, if we're not seeing results, we need to look and see which category we're falling into sometimes, because most likely it's one of those three categories that is delaying our follow through.
Right. What's choking the word out of your life? What's choking that follow through? What's keeping you from being productive and really following through the things that you say you're going to do in life? To be great men and women. And this is not just spiritual stuff. This is like even being a great parent. Being a great parent, you got to follow through. If you tell your kids you're going to do something, do it. And if you want to be a better person, be that person. But it's almost like a grind.
Yeah.
You have to grind it out. And like in sports, the great athletes are the ones that practice all the time when the camera's not on them. They practice, and it's no different in life.
Exactly.
You have to practice your faith. You have to practice being a great parent or a great spouse or a great if you're an employee or whatever you are. If you're a kid at home, be a good son or daughter.
That's right.
You practice it. You got to work at it. No one's born being great, but we're all born to be great.
That's right.
And that's important.
And follow through, it has a lot to do with that.
A lot more than what people think. And we want you to have follow through. We're encouraging you to work on your follow through, work on finishing what you start, and don't worry about if it feels boring some days. Oh my God. That's the times when you persevere and you get through what you have to do. Push on.
Be that good soil that the sower is looking for.
That's it. And we're going to keep encouraging you all week because God made you to be great.
That's
We'll
right.
see you tomorrow.